Hi, I'm Peter Travers, and this is Popcorn, where we tell you what's going on at the movies. And what's going on right now are two movies starring Annette Bening. One called Mother and Child, and the other called The Kids Are All Right. In both cases, Annette Bening is playing a mom. She'll be with us in just a second to tell us about these movies, but first, let's start by looking at a scene from Mother and Child.
What is this? What the hell is she doing with this necklace?
You're hurting her, Karen.
What the hell is she doing with this?
You are hurting her, Karen. Let her go.
What the hell is she doing with this?
Your mother gave it to her.
She did not.
For her birthday.
This belonged to her mother. She did not give it to you.
She did. Your mother was a very generous person. She was a wonderful woman.
Annette Bening, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Your movie is called Mother and Child. You're both, you know, so it makes you an expert, doesn't it? Yeah. Can you tell us, just to set this up, what Mother and Child is?
Mother and Child is a film that was written and directed by Rodrigo Garcia. It's basically three interweaving stories, three different women, and it has adoption at its center. One woman is unable to give birth and wants to adopt a child. One woman has been given up for adoption as a baby, and I play a woman who has given up a child. I accidentally got pregnant as a teenager and gave up a child. So that is what sort of the glue that binds them together, and I think he wanted to use that subject because it's such a pungent, loaded subject and brings out incredibly interesting and deep problems for people, and these three stories wind through the movie and then end up interweaving.
Which is Rodrigo Garcia's thing. This is what he does. He made, I think the first movie of his I saw, which you weren't in, sadly, was called Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her, which I've become obsessed with now. It's just that thing. So let me use that title sort of with it to say your character, who's a physical therapist, who you explained was pregnant at 14, right? Gave this baby up. What can we tell about her when this movie begins just by looking at her?
Well, Rodrigo sets it up, I think, quite well. This is a woman who was only 14 at the time, made a 15-minute mistake that kind of has stayed with her her whole life. And as happened to a lot of girls then and still happens now, there was so much shame associated with it, getting pregnant accidentally. This girl was sent away and put into a home for girls who were also pregnant, which has happened to a lot of people. And they ended up going through their pregnancies in these circumstances, which I can only imagine how difficult that would be. Giving birth. Often these girls didn't have their family around them. And then we're told, okay, you give this baby up, and then you go back to your life. You go back to high school, and you go to your school prom, and everything will be fine.
And don't mention it.
Certainly don't mention it. And of course, in some cultures, abortion is not an option. So the girl ends up with this huge burden. And in the case of Karen, who I play, it's almost like a war wound. That's how I see it. And it paralyzed her in a way. So that's what Rodrigo's writing about. And at the beginning of the story, you see, I thought what he was writing was a woman who was really unable to connect and didn't handle things well and wanted to find some sustenance in life and wanted to find satisfaction from other people and love and all, but is just ill-equipped. As the story goes on, partly because of her own willpower and partly because of what happens to her, things change, thank goodness.
I'm not a weirdo, but I'm difficult, okay? I don't make friends easily. I demand a lot from others. It's unfair, but I do. I don't like being disappointed. And you took me by surprise. You took me by surprise with your attention.
It's fascinating to me that in a period of a couple of months, you'll have Mother and Child now, and then in July we have The Kids Are All Right. You know? which is a different kind of parenthood. It's you and Julianne Moore, lesbian couple, artificial insemination. Again, with the kids wanting to find out who the father is. Is this something that you're seeing in your own life that draws you to these two projects?
This theme of sort of searching for the parent, I don't think is exclusively to those people who have been adopted, or who, in the case of the kids are all right, Julianne and I are a lesbian couple, we went to a sperm bank and got our sperm that way. But I think all of us do that, right? Even those
we don't all go to the sperm bank, but we're looking.
we don't all go to good point. We don't all go to the sperm bank. That's not what I meant. What I meant was we all are searching for our parents. Even I have two wonderful parents, and there's always that yearning, that seeking, that understanding that I mean, I think that's what everybody's writing about. It's part of our humanness that we want to figure that out. We want to know who they were, especially because when we're very tiny, we have a certain picture of our parents that, of course, as we get older, changes. And it continues to evolve your entire life.
Okay, last question. Well, I'm so sad it is. I haven't begun. I haven't scratched the surface here. This is what I do to everybody that's on the show, and it has to do. Well, it's a small thing.
Is it bad?
It's just singing.
Okay.
It's
God.
a slight moment. No, come on. You sang.
You're going to sing?
No, I will sing if you want me to. But
well, maybe you can
you
sing
sang
with
with
me.
Mark Ruffalo, and you did a little Joni Mitchell. But this doesn't have to be a song, a complete song. It's a thing that's in your head. Maybe it was what your mother or father sang to you. Maybe it was what you sang to your kids when they were real small.
Oh my God! You want me to sing to you?
I just want a slight.
Why do you want me to sing to you?
That,
all right.
Okay.
Okay. So when I was in Our Town, which is the most famous play, it's the greatest play. It's the most commonly done play in the United States. And at the beginning of the show, all of the actors would come out in silence and stand and face the audience, and then we would sing this song. Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love, the fellowship of something, something. And that's terrible. It's a Christian hymn, and I can't remember it. That's all I remember.
But look, it was there.
I got through it.
You did.
Thank you.
It was beautiful.
Was it? No, it wasn't. It was.
I liked it.
Kind of early to be singing.
Something is it doesn't. No, there's no excuses for
There's
singing.
no excuses?
Singing just comes.
Yeah. I don't think that was a very good choice. I think I should have sang, Don't
think
Rain
it
on
is.
My Parade or something.
Well, yeah, it is too early. It is too early for that. But thank you, no matter what time it is, for coming.
You're
This
welcome.
was so much fun.
Thank you.